Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over how you can pay less for air shipping. I think I had a more complex title that I was planning on saying, but that's essentially what it is. Okay, let's get into it. All right, here we are. So I've made this nice little document for you guys, and this one is going to be super practical. We're going to be going over something that some of you may know, some of you might not. It's a little loophole you can do to get faster shipping, because who wants to wait a month on top of whatever your manufacturing time is, right? While still paying less. So let's get into it. Here's a product that a new product that I just ordered 3 days ago. I think I paid 30% or whatever. And I thought this would be a great example. So these are actual numbers here, and we'll be going over this. I have a few more pages to go over, so let's get into it. How to pay the least for shipping while still maintaining speed. So obviously we want a balance, right? It would be great to be able to have the 10 to 15 day speed of air shipping while still paying closer to what sea shipping costs. I think that's common sense. Ideally, you want to pay nothing, but that's not possible. So let's get into it. This product, I think it's important to start with the product specifications, dimensions, weight, and price, because that is a big part of it. You're not going to be able to get prices like these if your product is, massive, right? And I have oversized products as well, but in this case, this was a smaller product, so that's the numbers we're going to be breaking down. 5 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches. I have the box right here from the sample. Now let me just find a side. So this is the size of the box. And I can actually cover the top, and you can see that side as well. So it's about that big, pretty small, right? It's a really good size Amazon product, and just because you have a smaller, less expensive product doesn't mean you can't still charge in that $20 range. And we'll get into how much that actually breaks down into being. So it's only 11 ounces, it's light, it's small, which is great. Now EXW 292 per unit. What does that mean? That essentially just means that's the cost of each individual unit without shipping. So that is our responsibility to get that from China to our Amazon FBA warehouse. And that is the cost of just the materials and the production of the product. So $292 per unit, that's where we're starting. So to order 500 of those units is going to be $1,400, $1,460. However you say that, $1,460. Cool, so let's get into shipping now, because this is really more about shipping. The first method, and I always ask for both quotes just to compare. The DDP door-to-door air, it's going to take 10 to 15 days. So there comes our speed, right? That's awesome. A week and 3 days to 2 weeks is really not bad for shipping from the time going from China. Several hundred units is great. So it's going to be $655 for 500 units of this product to be air shipped door to door to my Amazon FBA warehouse, which breaks down to $1.31 per unit. So our all-in cost with air shipping, if we were to ship every single unit by air, would be $423. And the way we're getting this $423 here is we're taking $292, so our production cost of the product with no shipping, plus our individual unit price of shipping, which is just our total price of shipping divided by how many units we have, and then that's where we get $423. So that'd be the all-in cost of our unit shipped, everything included there. Now let's look at the significant difference here. So that would have us at $2,115 for the total shipment, because now our new all-in cost is this, so that times 500 is where we're getting this number. Let's break down the sea shipping option. So this is going to be significantly longer, twice as long here. $285 though for 500 units, which is pretty cheap. So that broke down to be 57 cents per unit compared to our $1.31. So that's pretty significant, right? That's 57 cents per unit to ship is really, really good. You won't see that with a ton of bigger products, and that's kind of how this works out because it is a bit of a smaller product. All-in cost ended up being $349 per unit this way. So we got that from, again, $292 plus 57 cents, that's $349. So were we to ship all of our units by sea, yes, we're getting it for $1745 all in, but we have to wait about an additional month from the time that it's done being customized at the factory, logo applied, barcode applied, right? Custom packaging printed and applied. So that's, it's literally almost 2 months from the order date, right? If you have a 20-day lead time for your factory plus the 20 to 25, that's not cool. So how can we get the best of both worlds here? So let's move on to our next page. How can I get the speed of air shipping but maintain a lower cost? Now what you can actually do, the reason we broke down these figures so nicely here is so that it makes it a little easier on yourself to actually go ahead and do this next part. What if we were to send 250 units by air and 250 by sea? What does that cost end up being? Because I could use the 250 units to rank, and those will probably go by pretty quickly. And as I'm starting to run low on those, the sea shipment will come in, and then I'll have the rest of my units there to maintain my spot. And then by that point, I'll know how much I should be reordering, and we could go into maybe just a sea order, because by that point, maybe we can wait 20 days and just continue to make sure we're always using the lower cost. This really is more for your first order. So it kind of satiates that need for getting your inventory in quickly. You're excited, you want to get started. You don't want to wait an extra 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. But you can also maintain a lower cost by splitting it. So now these figures aren't going to be exactly just half of the other prices. For instance, 157 for sea shipping is not exactly half of, what was it, 285, right? It's more than half. But as you start to do half and half, you're actually going to see the price will go up a little bit for half, but it'll still be less in the end. And the reason that is because you're using, if you ship more units by sea, it ends up being cheaper. It's almost like going in bulk. The cost per unit is less. So let's just break down this new price here, though. So we saw that it was going to be about 600. Let me just go back to this one last time so you guys can see. $655 if we were to go by air, which would have us arriving at the same exact time, or $285 by sea. And we could actually split the difference from nearly $700 to $500. We're still maintaining our speed of air because we have 250 coming in by air, but we have the bulk, the rest coming in by sea. Now, again, some of you are probably thinking we could do this even more efficiently, right? If you realistically thought in the 2 weeks time separate from air shipping and sea shipping, maybe you're only going to sell 100 units because you're just getting launched. You're not selling a ton per day. What if I was only to do 100 by air, 400 by sea? You would see this price dramatically come down, maybe be in the 300s, probably in the 300s. So again, you would add that on to your total cost of $1460. And here is actually just a screenshot from Alibaba showing this in a little bit neater invoice style. So there was an additional cost here. This $35 here was for an insert card, which ended up being 7 cents per unit. It would have been free if they did black and white, but my insert card for this product was rather colorful, so I didn't think that would look too nice. So we have $1460 plus the $35. That's why that's $14.95. And then the shipping fee separately is going to be $514.72, which we can see is right here. So I'm going to get my units in 10 to 15 days. Not having to pay $700, I could pay $500. So that was a cool little trick for you guys. So how much did it cost in total? And let's run into our final breakdown here. So the product, again, was $292 per unit. That's EXW without shipping. Now our new shipping price is only $1 per unit, which is awesome, $1.02 per unit. Whereas it was going to be 57 for just sea, or $1.30 something for all air. So we got that to split the difference, which is awesome. It's only $1 per unit to ship. Insert card was 7 cents. Logo was free to apply to the packaging. I actually already liked their packaging. It came with a nice, highly detailed picture of the product in the front. There was no Mandarin on the packaging. It was all English already, so that was really good. And this of course this price is with my differentiation, so it's not just the standard product. There was we could go into that later, but this is the cost breakdown. FBA fees $328, really low. That's about as low as you're going to get for fees unless you're in small and light or whatever. And the referral fee is going to be 15%. So that's $299 because the sales price is $19.99. The net profit margin is 48%, and the net profit per unit is going to be $9.71. So almost $10 per unit, which is awesome. And again, that's only on a all-in cost of, I don't know why I didn't put that there. $292 plus $1.02. So it's going to be $394 per unit all in, which is really, really good. So, you know, you're getting something for $3.94 and selling it for $20, and you're making $10 back after your fees. So if you could sell 10 of these a day, which I'll sell much more than 10 a day of this, the market is in demand for probably several thousand a month. But if you could sell 10 a day of these, that's your $100 a day. If you could sell 5 a day, that's 50. That's an extra $1,500 a month in your pocket. And we're able to do that because we were able to reduce our cost of shipping while maintaining our speed. Hopefully this was a fun video for you guys. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Let's aim for 175 likes on this one. We've been doing 150 lately. Generally we get a couple of thousand views, so I think you can do it. If you really did like this video and you stayed this long, please, I appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing. Other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Later.